Okay.
Nice start. Okay.
Day of the Japanese tentacles.
No, that's not what this type of game is.
What is it called again? I've never heard of this.
It's Day of the Tentacle. Okay, this is actually.
It's exactly what you think.
Have you heard of Double Fine?
Double Fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Double Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is back in their LucasArts days.
Okay.
So this was adventure game. I believe that came out in the 80s.
Okay.
Like the MS-DOS game. It was like one of their second or third games. It was like one of the second or third ones that Tim Schafer and that whole creative crew worked on. So, after the success of Grim Fandango Remastered last year...
Grim Fandango, yeah.
Sony pretty much came to them and said, hey, if you guys can get the license for any games you guys want to remake, you're more than welcome to. And this was like their first option. They were just like, yeah, we really want to do this again.
Just like Marvel got the licenses. Never mind.
Fighter.
Yeah.
We got comic books on the mind because we're debating. Like before we were recording this, we were debating on when we were all going to go see Batman versus
Superman.
But not the point. So this is it is a completely reworked from the ground up remaster of this game.
I don't know what it's about, so you're going to have to explain to me what this is. I've never heard of this game.
Yeah, because the reason I got my girlfriend was looking at me like, why the heck did you buy this? And I was like, you don't understand, I have a vendetta against this game. And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, my grandma owned this game when I was a kid. So whenever I would go over there, I would play either Sonic R or this. You take a guess of which one I played more. Yeah.
You have issues.
It's my grandma. She just she just saw that I like Sonic, and bless her heart, she's like, I'm gonna go try to get a Sonic game. Not her fault. It was one of the worst ones.
One of the worst ones ever.
So
I wouldn't say ever.
No.
Yeah.
So I would play either Sonic R or this, but as a kid, I could never beat it because I would always get stuck 3/4 into the game on a specific puzzle.
Well, what is this game about? Like, rewind, because you're talking about this game like you think I know what you're talking about. I have no idea.
So, you played old adventure, like, computer games, right?
Back in the dirt.
So, this basically, its plot is insane. It's very funny. Basically, the plot is these two tentacles go on. Go to a mansion that is dumping... It's the mansion of Dr. Fred, who is this crazy scientist, and he is just dumping sludge out the back of his mansion. So the two tentacles just wandering around one day because he creates tentacles as, like, his minions. So these two tentacles are just wandering around, looking outside the house, and they see the sludge, and one of them's like, I'm gonna drink from it. The other's like, I don't think that's a good idea. The one drinks from it, turns evil, wants to take over the world. So, this calls...
Like octopus tentacles?
Yeah, they're just like little, they bounce around.
So, there's an actual story to this?
Yes.
About two tentacles. One drinks sludge and the other one doesn't, and the one turns evil.
Yes.
And you basically have to save your other tentacle brother?
No, you play as 3 kids.
What?
Okay, so...
What? How do you go from tentacles to playing as 3 kids?
I'm getting there. So, the two tentacles, they are friends with one of Dr. Fred's helpers named Bernard. So after the one becomes evil, the good one sends a note to Bernard saying, hey, he's kind of gone crazy, we need you to come here. So Bernard lists the help of his 2 friends, Hoagie and Laverne. Hoagie is like the stereotypical... He's essentially a stoner, but the game can't say it.
Just like with Scooby-Doo and Shaggy.
And he sounds like he's voiced by Ben Stein, and it's really funny. So, the whole time, he's just like, I don't want to do this anymore. Can we go home? So... Hoagie, Laverne, and Laverne's crazy. Laverne, is fascinated with animals and dissecting them. Mm-hmm. So, and Bernard is just your stereotypical 80s nerd.
Okay.
Square glasses, pocket holder, everything.
Pins in it.
Yeah, high-waisted pants.
Yeah, little bow tie, maybe.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Okay.
So the three of them go to the mansion. They go to Dr. Fred. They're like, hey, we got this note. What's going on? And Dr. Fred goes, oh, it seems that the tentacles want to go back in time to try to build a tentacle army. But don't worry, I'm going to send you back in time to stop him. So they're like, okay, I guess this is happening. They get into this, like, they're porta-johns that Dr. Fred has converted into time machines.
Okay.
Problem is, Dr. Fred doesn't tell them, oh, BT dubs, I'm using a fake diamond for this. Oh, it broke! So, Bernard is left in the present. Laverne is sent to the future where the tentacles have won, and humans are now considered pets.
Okay.
And Hoagie is sent to 1776.
So you play as 3 time periods and 3 different characters?
Yes.
Okay.
So that is the basis for your adventure game here. Now, the way the game works, it even did back in the DOS days, is that with the click of a button, you can switch between the 3 characters at any time.
Okay.
But you only get Bernard and Hoagie at the beginning because Laverne's kind of tied up. But based on puzzle solving, you then unlock Laverne, and then that unlocks her section of the story.
Okay.
And one of the main mechanics that I really like about this game is that using the porta-johns, you can transfer items between the 3 characters, and that's part of the puzzle solving, is that a character might find something in their time period, and they have to send it to the past or the future to help someone else within their time period.
Okay.
So it's very layered puzzle solving, but the positive thing is it's not too difficult. It was for me as a kid because, well, you're 4 years old, yeah. But going through it again, I was like stuck at first because like, man, I don't remember what I did. But then when I actually like remembered everything, like it started slowly coming back to me and it started kicking for me.
Okay.
So once I kind of got in the rhythm of things, it was very easy to do. What I really like that they did with this remaster, they literally remade the game from the ground up. They literally. It was like, you know how DOS graphics were pixelated. Yeah. They literally repixelated the whole game.
Okay, so the building it from the ground up.
Yeah, and it looks great.
Okay.
They really did a great job. They remastered all the sound for it. I don't know if they re-recorded the voices. I think they did.
Usually games that do that, they just keep the old audio recordings.
Right, but because it was a DOS game and it was so compressed, I feel like they would have had to.
Who knows? Well, you can always look it up.
Yeah, I don't know. I was looking it up. I couldn't find any information on it.
Well,
but
that means it probably didn't happen.
Yeah, but the game looks gorgeous. It really does, and it does not lose a beat getting the port to the PS4 interface because what they did, they actually mapped the controls out really well. So it actually did feel like, oddly enough, I was like playing with my PS4 controller. I was like, wow, this is as intuitive as it was doing everything with a mouse back in the day.
Yeah.
Because what it is that it's reticle control.
Okay. So
basically, you hit X to move your character to where your reticle is pointed. You can press triangle to bring up your inventory, and you can quick select items to use with objects on the environment with R1 and L1.
Okay.
And then you switch your characters by using the D-pad.
That's simple.
Yeah, no, that was one of the big things I was concerned about with this remaster was how they were going to do the controls, and that is one of the biggest things I was impressed with is that the controls are very intuitive and very easy. Didn't take long for me at all to master. The game, oh my god, the game is so funny. It is so surreal and weird.
Well, you put in tentacles and then 3 kids, and that sounds like every Japanese man's fantasy.
Well, it's really like if you've ever played a Double Fine or Tim's, if you've ever played a Double Fine or Tim Schafer game,
I played a Double Fine. That was they did the one with Jack Black.
Brutal Legend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember how the humor in that game was so weird and kind of wink,
but
wink,
I
nod,
liked
nod.
it.
Yeah. It's very wink, wink, nod, nod, and you can tell this is wink, wink, nod, nod to the sci-fi genre.
Okay.
Because there's constantly things that they're making fun not only with sci-fi, but time travel as a whole. Like one of the puzzles is you have to get George Washington to go chop down a cherry tree. And basically you do it by goading him and saying like, I think you're a whip. You can't top down. And he's like, oh yeah. There's another really funny puzzle where you have to have a letter sent. You have to have a letter sent in the past to make events happen in the future. And Paul Revere is the one that comes and takes a letter. And then it goes to the present, and Dr. Fred's just like, who is this calling? They're like, this is Robert Schaefer from LucasArts. And it seems that we used your name wrongly in one of our games, and we owe you a sum of $2 million.
Yeah.
So it's just little moments like that. They're like, they were so funny to me. Like, there's a puzzle where you have to make a cat look like a skunk. And the person who does it is just like, ha! Who says the cartoons don't work?
Yeah.
Because basically any human you put it in front of, they're just like, oh, look, it's a skunk. The game, like, it felt so nostalgic for me because not only was it reminding me like when I used to play it, but I just forgot how freaking cartoonish it was. And I love when stuff is overly cartoonish and they just go with it.
I'm not on the same boat, but yeah.
So, really my only complaint is that, and it was this way with the original game, you can actually switch between the remastered version and the original game with just clicking your touchpad.
Okay.
The only complaint that I really have about it, and it's kind of a mundane complaint, but I know there's some people who would get frustrated by this, there's no hint system.
So what?
It was one of those things where I could see where it would frustrate people a lot, because some of the puzzles do get ridiculous towards the end.
That's why you think.
Right. But what I've noticed about a lot of these remasters of puzzle games is that they do put in, it's not like directly telling you what it is, but it's a hint system that's subtly, giving you a good hint on what to do.
See, I'm one of those people that don't really agree with the hint system when it comes to puzzle games. That's the point as to why they're puzzle games, but you're supposed to figure them out. Like Portal.
Mm-hmm.
Portal, there wasn't a hint system. You literally
the hint system's YouTube.
So maybe for this game too.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I can tell you right now, you can go through on YouTube and you can find playthroughs that are only like you can. If you're really, really good, you can complete this game in an hour and 10 minutes. I did it in 5. And I 100%.
5 hours.
Yeah, and like 5 hours, it took me 100% in all the trophies. It is not hard to do it with this game at all. It's actually pretty straightforward. So the other cool thing that I thought they added was they added, if you know what you're doing, you can actually play Manic Mansion, which was LucasArts and Tim Schafer's first game. It is very weird, but it's kind of something else. Because it kind of sells itself as a horror game, but it's a game that's clearly making fun of horror games. So, I don't know. I played it for a little bit. It was weird. I do plan on trying to beat it, but it's actually really hard. Because I don't know what it is, but like, basically you have to explore this mansion. It's 3 kids, and there's just this dude. They programmed it perfectly. We're literally just a whole, like, he chases you, and if he captures you, you get put in the dungeon. All 3 players get put in the dungeon. Game over. But when he's chasing you, he just looks like, and you laugh, but the first time you see it, because you're playing like an old 1980s MS-DOS game, so you're like, oh, whatever, there's nothing here. You see that, you're like, what the? Because it literally, like, what it did, like, I was just walking down a hall, and, like, you remember how it would go, like, bit by bit as you're going down a hall? Yeah. He just popped up in the bits. Okay. Like, out of nowhere.
It's a good horror game.
But, like, you can tell the game was clearly, like, it was, I don't know, it was like a horror game, but, like, making fun of horror games.
Well, I notice you like games that make fun of themselves and other genres.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah, so.
I like it when games can take a wink, wink, nod, nod to each other. Saints Row 5. I want it.
Saints Row 5. It's a possibility, maybe.
Yeah, Deep Silver said they were announcing something at E3.
Okay. Saints Row 5.
Please. Okay. But that's about it. I mean, it's $15. I actually say it's worth the $15 if you like puzzle games.
The $15 hairs?
The $15, I'd say it's worth it. Honestly, it's a really fun game. It's very, very funny.
But it's a game probably directed towards a certain audience.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's for puzzle and adventure game enthusiasts.
Well, then you heard the man with the if you're a puzzle and adventure game enthusiast, then it's worth $15.
If you like those games, if you like Double Fine, I would definitely say give it a look. It's solid.
I'll have to give it a peek-see poo.
Yeah,
because I like Double Fine.
Yeah, if you like Double Fine, you'd probably like this.
I'm like one of the few people that like Brutal Legend.
I like Brutal Legend.
Yeah, I did too. Totally, it's like an M. Night Shyamalan twist when it came to the gameplay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So that's about it.
A through F, what would you give it?
I'd probably go A minus. Just because I don't think it's long enough to warrant an A, but for what it is, I think it's really, really solid.
Right.
And I think it actually, like, I played a lot of puzzle games that are just like, okay, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
This one, I really like the mechanics, I like the puzzles, I like, the humor keeps you going through it. It really does. Because it's one of those rare games where, like, the humor is consistent throughout. Mm-hmm. In the art animation, like, the animations and everything is just gorgeous. Yeah. It really is. So, yeah!
The Italian side. Remember that last video where I kept looking down at his hands? He keeps doing it. So
that was a couple videos ago.
Yeah.
But you can check out the rest of our reviews on Postgame Soda and Tanooki. We will do our official sign off in the next video because he gets to talk next about a big game.
Well, first of all, people are probably wondering when this live stream is going to come up. Because we've been saying that like the past 4 videos.
Next week. I'm planning on it.
Okay.
Yeah, for Super Smash Brothers next weekend.
I was thinking we should do Layers of Fear.
That too.
Yeah.
We could work that out.
Get your girlfriend and have her play it.
Oh, she will kill us.
Good.
So I'm Lehew.
I'm Trey.
And have a good week.
I hope you don't. You guys suck.
That's not nice.
I'm just kidding. I love you all. Hearts. Hearts!